college football season begins, everybody hopes to be a national champion.
The 12-team college football playoff is here.
Judgment Day is here.
College football playoffs.
So that's the thing here. You know, it started with 133 teams vying for one of these coveted 12 spots for this 12-team playoff.
.315 Deaderick St. What is happening? The Pool Boys are back for the finale of your college football playoff pool. And there was drama as expected in the national championship. It was a killer game. Everything you would have hoped for came down to the wire. And we're excited to chat more about that. But first, let's take a look at a few headlines from the game.
They hand it off to the fullback / tight end, and he powers in. Touchdown, Indiana. Corralling number 10, not letting him get loose. Fletcher breaks free. Mark Fletcher in the foot race. Miami touchdown.
Losing his teams in college football history at the start of the year to now the national champions.
A century of futility is forgotten. The Indiana Hoosiers are the kings of college football.
How did we get here? And let me tell you, it lived up to all the hype because this game came down to the wire. After holding Indiana to just a field goal, Miami was down 6. They were driving, and then Carson Beck did Carson Beck things, and he threw a pick, sealing the win for Indiana. The Hoosiers are your champions.
You kind of had the feeling that at some point he was going to turn into a pumpkin, right? I mean,
Carson Beck.
It's Carson Beck. It's like his 9th year in college, whatever. Van Wilder. Indiana, meanwhile, completes the most improbable turnaround ever. They were literally the worst team to ever play college football, the losingest team in the NCAAs, and now they are national champions. I mean, it gives you hope. If you're a fan of any school out there, you have to have hope right now.
Watch out, Northwestern. They're coming for you. They're only one game behind you, so be careful. All right, and finally, Kirk Cignetti finally smiled. That's right, the man who's just the man of many scowls finally turned that frown upside down, completing the championship run. He could smile. He even had a beer. He even gave the shout out to the local Indiana brewery. Spectacular. The best part was there was also a screenshot of his daughter who had tweeted him in like 2019 when he was at JMU. He said like 12-1, first D1 win, best season in school history. And she texted him, like, "Dad, are you smiling?" And he said, "No." So it came back 6 years later, 7 years later. She texted him back in. It's like, "Dad, my tweet's gone viral. Are you smiling?" He finally said yes.
Yeah.
And he had a beer. Congrats, Kurt.
He does have teeth. It's good to know. Good to know. You have to question that these days. You never know. All right, we've got one special badge to give out this week because it applies to a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons. All right. Yes. So we are going to give out one piece of hardware here. It is the what badge for people who have what moments throughout this tournament. And the first recipient of said badge is Robin Ye, who just refused to pick Indiana. She was just like, I'm not going to do it. You can't make me do it. I don't care. They're the losingest team in program in the NCAA history. They're not going to win. I'm picking against them over and over and over again. I even checked. I was like, maybe she's like a Purdue grad or something. Like she just hates Indiana. Nope. No Big Ten tie whatsoever. I don't know what the deal is, but she's not a believer. What?
At the same point, I respect just sticking with your guns. You didn't pick them the first time. Didn't pick them. Like, no, I just won't do it.
Yeah.
All right. Our next moment is going out to Big Wag and Mike in Tennessee for not picking your semifinal or championship games. Like, you guys had a chance to go all the way. You could have done it. But instead, you just decided not to make a pick. This is the easiest thing in the world. Just click. When you're getting that far down, there aren't that many choices. So just don't understand it. And that's why we're saying, what?
I'm kind of more of like a whatever on that one. Golly. How about Lizzie Ball and Joss DeHaas with their tiebreak scores here? They weren't terrible, I gotta be honest. I've seen much worse, but they were each 24 points off of the total combined score. Lizzie Ball went with 72, which is a pretty high score for these two strong defenses. Meanwhile, Joss DeHaas was like 24 points, which is like very, very low. The game ended at 48 points total, right in the middle of the two of them, but they were each 24 points apart. They're the furthest off on their tiebreak scores.
What? Okay, the next one's going out to Jim Webb because we were looking at his picks and found something very interesting. So you know, he kind of was in the middle of the pack, kind of at the bottom, and we saw why. Because he picked against Ole Miss both of the first games. So both first games, they're like, nope, Rebs aren't going to do it. So then when he had the chance to pick against them the third time, he's like, no, this is the time they got it. They're going to win it. Didn't happen. And then he's like, okay, that just happened one time. But he does it again with the Hurricanes. Bets against them for the first 2 games. He's like, okay, they've earned my respect. And nope. Oh, wait. And then he picks them to win against the Hoosiers, and Miami loses. So, Jim Webb, what is happening? You just completely botched those 2 3 times. Pretty spectacular.
Those 2 teams ruined his. All right, and our final what moment goes to Jim Lehman 11. Jim, we told you last video you've got to make a tiebreaker score, and you ended up in a tie for second place, but you didn't pick a tiebreaker score. So you didn't land on the podium at all. You didn't finish top 3. Sorry, Jim, you finished 48 points off of the tiebreaker score, which made you the farthest away of anybody. You put 0, basically. What? What were you thinking, Jim? You could have won this thing. You could have been at least in second place, man.
Not break that tie. Okay, so those were our what moments from this season. It was a great season. You guys had some great picks, some weird picks, but we love seeing them all. So now it is time to unveil our top 3, the 3 who made the podium after all of this crazy action. It's time to reward those who came far out and above and actually broke those ties. So finishing in 3rd place on the podium, getting the bronze medal, you got to give it up to Ryan McAvoy, who got 34 points. He is Ryan of Stampley. He had 59 points as his tiebreaker, which was 11 off. So yes, he did make his tiebreaker score. Could have been a little bit higher if it was a little bit closer, but hey, you still finished top 3. Congratulations on some picks. Well done.
Well done, Ryan. 2nd place. And these guys actually got 2 of the same games wrong. So they both picked Ohio State to beat Miami. They both picked Georgia to beat Ole Miss. Those were 2 of their losses. They had 1 other loss that was different. But in 2nd place, tied for 34 points, but a better tiebreak score at 52 points, it's Ben Highland. Okay, you guys know this guy. He won this thing last year. Ben is on the podium again. There may be something in the rules about this. I don't know. We might have to check with old Donna and see if this is even possible. But Ben, way to go, my man. You almost pulled this thing off. Great job rallying toward the end. He had he had both semifinal games and the championship game correct, and the closest tie-breaking score of the remaining teams there. Certainly much closer than Jim Lehman. Way to go, Ben. 2nd place.
Congratulations to our former champion, now 2nd place finisher.
Always
check.
Points fly forever.
All right, so 3rd and 2nd have been unveiled, and now it's finally time to crown a champion. Before we do just that, let's take a look back and see how they got it. Coming in 2nd place, we got Sweet C with 16 points.
We've got a new leader this week. That's right, Sweet C, vaulted Jinxie Cat.
I'm the captain now, and we are giving this out to Sweet C, one Raina C, because you're in 1st place. You are in the lead. You are the leader. All right, and that means that Sweet C is our champion. Congratulations to Raina C from the state of Tennessee in the Department of Finance. You had a perfect first round, a perfect semifinal and championship. You only missed 2 games. That is a spectacular run, a total of 36 points. You know, hey, you can say you rock that crown. You get a belt, you get a trophy, you get all the prizes. You know, just give her everything. Give her it all. Get those winnings. Congratulations on a spectacular college football playoff selections, and you did it. Congrats.
She only missed 2 games the entire time. She missed Ohio State over Miami, which so many people did, and she missed also Georgia over Ole Miss, which a lot of people did as well. So, I mean, golly, what a bracket.
And so now it is finally time to kind of unveil the top 10. You know, we had our top 3. Sweet C taking in that number 1 spot. Ben Highland in number 2. And 3rd was Ryan McAvoy based on your tiebreaker score. So again, Jim Lehman, you finished just outside the top 3. You're number 4 because you had no tiebreaker. Come on. And then following that, we had old Jinxie Cat in the tie for 5th with Joe Hillen, Mr. Chan, and Scott B. And then rounding out, we had in 9th place, Charles Kennedy. So congratulations to all those who made our final leaderboard. Great run, just not good enough because Sweet C took it all home. That's
right. Fun fact, the biggest upset in this pool was that Miami-Ohio State game. Only 9% of participants got that game correct and actually had faith in the Canes. So that one tripped up a lot of people. All right, I want to give out some special thanks for this pool. Of course, we could not make this thing happen if it weren't for the generosity and the foresight and intelligence of Donna Wheeler in the Cushman & Wakefield Management Office. Thank you, Donna and her team. If you see them around, you got to give them a big shout out and a big thanks. They are the ones that put this thing together for you guys. They trusted us to cater this for you. So thank you so much, Donna. And as always, we also have to appreciate the folks at KBS. These are not the folks at KBS. I don't think. I just Googled like corporate-y folks, but it could be them. For all we know, it may be them, actually. In fact, one of them kind of looks a little familiar. But anyway, the KBS folks have done a fantastic job. We're so appreciative of them giving us a chance as well. We always have a great time with you guys.
Yeah, so 315 Deaderick Street, that puts it in the books for the 2025-2026 college football season. An improbable year with crazy upsets, crazy picks, and the Hoosiers can say they are now reigning supreme. We had a spectacular job. We had so much fun watching all your picks, seeing the leaderboard change and rise, and to finally crown a champion. So thank you very much for letting us be a part of your college football season. It means the world to us, and we hope to see you coming up soon. We got March Madness just a couple months away. So for one last time, until next time, the Pool Boys are